Hey guys, welcome to this episode of Triple T. It's Isaac here, and we're sitting with Hassan. Hassan, thank you for joining us today.
No
So I
problem.
and thank you. I understand that you work in the real estate industry. What made you get started into real estate?
I've always had a fascination for like negotiating and getting deals done and just real estate and as a whole. My sister bought a property in 2011 and I just kind of was beside her throughout that process and I found it was really interesting. I also used to watch like HGTV growing up as well. Um, Also, I was played basketball my whole life basically, and went to university, played at a high level, and I realized like if basketball doesn't work out, I want to kind of get into a career field where like I'm kind of my own boss. I'm an entrepreneur. I make my own hours. There's no like earning potential, like earning spots. Like there's no like block on your earning. Like oh, you're only gonna earn 70K. Yeah, there's like you can earn however much you want to earn. You can make your own schedule. There's no you don't really have a boss. Most importantly, it was like the time and the flexibility, like being able to have my own freedom in the way, you know. So yeah, that kind of obviously was another interest for me. And furthermore, I bought a property in 2019, 2020 for my older brother in Barry, and just like that whole process, I was like, man, this is something I can see myself killing and getting into. I'm a hard worker, I'm intrinsically motivated within myself. I'm like, yeah, this is a dope career. So I said I'm gonna do that. So I was doing that, and I also was a mortgage as well for 2.5 years. And then I said, yeah, like to be honest, I like the real estate side way more, way better. So I just started that process and I hit the ground running.
And what area of real estate do you focus on? Would it be like industrial or just anything else?
On residential, so resale. I'm located in the GTA, so I'll do GTA deals, but I also do stuff in like Ottawa, Hamilton, and Niagara, like wherever my phone rings, and if it makes sense for me, I'll do it. Like I like to help out family and friends as well. So sometimes it's not always about like making the money. It's more about helping people. That's another reason why, like, I figured I should be in this industry because like I have a good heart and I like to help people, and I like to see the journey from start to finish, like from like going showing the homes to getting the offer accepted and just going step by step like a process. So, yeah, that's kind of what I like to do and why I got into this industry.
Well, in doing that, like, how do you decide which properties are worth investing in?
I mean, depending on that's a open-ended question. It depends on if I'm a buyer it's for my client. So are you asking it like, well, how do I myself or determine that for my client?
How do you determine that for your client?
Well, people buy for different reasons, right? Like if a family's looking to obviously buy to obviously stay there long term, and have a family with children, then obviously I would kind of steer them in the direction and give them my professional expertise advice as like you probably want to be somewhere that has a good family, it's family oriented area, good school zone, close proximity to highways, grocery stores, shopping centers, safety, um, all that would be taken into account in regards to if I was a buyer myself as an investor, I would look at if the opportunity of what properties is worth investing based on if it's going to generate new cash flow. Like obviously where we are in the economy now, there's a lot of properties in Toronto, especially that we have cash flow, but like
Hmm.
um 5, 7 years ago, there was pockets in the GTA where you could put cash flow. So what I probably buy is I buy like a duplex or triplex, which is multi-units, 3 units. And I would buy probably a building like that where like it's like low, I'm putting in low investment, I'm getting maximum return. Like whether the mortgage is 2,200 and I'm pulling in 3,500, that makes sense to me because of cash flow. So as long as you're cash flowing positively, to me, it's a good investment.
It does make sense, but you need to spend money to make money, like you mentioned. So, like, how do you like
Exactly.
what capital would you need to get started in this industry?
I mean, to be honest, like right now, especially where the market is, like to be honest, like a condo, like a regular condo, one bedroom in Toronto right now, you can get a steal for like 520, 525. First time home buyer, you can put 5 to 10% down. So you're looking at 50 grand after closing costs, etc., probably 65 grand. So all in, like for you to have 65 to 70,000 saved up to buy. But like a lot of people have help from their parents, their family, and I believe in strength in number partnership, like team, like, whether you have family, whether you have a girlfriend, you have a wife, you guys buy together. So it's like you're splitting those costs into two just to get in the market. So I'd say with 50, 60,000, you should be able to get something decent and affordable in Toronto as a condo.
That's definitely good advice when you mention like doing things as a community. That's one pattern I've come across when it comes to doing these interviews that there's strength in numbers and we can't just do everything by ourselves, right?
Yeah, exactly.
When it comes to numbers, though, there's so many real estate agents in the GTA. In Ontario, we have about 73,000 real estate agents compared to like um, other industries. So, how does a person like yourself set yourself apart?
Well, I would say I set myself apart because of my professionalism. My my work ethic. I don't think there's a lot of people, if not any, that work harder than me. Like I work 24/7. It's kind of actually a bad thing. Like I'll be on vacation and I'm working. Like my friends always make fun of me saying like, "Oh, he's always on his laptop," because I'm like always working. Like doesn't matter where I'm at. Even clients, like sometimes I'm traveling. Like, "Oh, I don't want to bother you because I know you're traveling." I'm like, "Don't worry." Like I'm always working. So for sure, my work ethic, my professionalism, and just my level of expertise and I go above and beyond for my clients. Like there's a lot of clients that became family because of like how hard I go for them. And it's like, just like, I care about them with more than a transaction for me. It's just not like, okay, I get a transaction on to the next. Like I try to build that type of rapport on a personal level. And, that's what also separates me apart. And also like I'm in the business to help people, like obviously we're all in the business and life to make money and to strive for financial freedom. But most importantly, I feel like I'm in the business to help people. Like I told you, one of my best feelings of is helping a client from like start to finish in the buying process. So yeah, man, I would say that kind of separates myself and yeah, my level of professionalism, my level of expertise. I feel like I'm very hungry. I'm young. I'm savvy, and I feel like I can ascribe to different demographics, and I just have that energetic energy. So I feel like those things set me apart, and furthermore, like I can get the job done. And I understand. I'm also authentically myself. Like I'm not gonna like tell you what you want to hear. Like those are like fairy tale agents that a lot of me and my coworkers in the office talk about. Like I'm not gonna be a fairy tale agent. I'm not gonna tell you what you want to hear. I'm gonna tell you the honest truth. I'm gonna be open and honest. I'm gonna give you my level of expertise and I'm here to help you, but like I'm not gonna sugarcoat anything. So I feel like that's what separates me when it pertains to 70,000 other agents.
Of course. And like when you say these clients become family and stuff like that, like where do you get clients from? Like I understand if you're in, for example, the retail industry, if somebody just walks into a store and buys something. When it comes to real estate, on the other hand, like how would somebody be able to build their clientele?
There's a multitude of ways you can build your clientele. You can build your clientele off word of mouth. We're in a digital era now, social media. This business is big on referrals. So when you do good business, 99.99% you're gonna get referrals. So it's like, oh yeah, like you have a client like, hey, like, my sister's looking to buy or my sister's looking to sell because you service them properly. You also have repeated business. So those are different ways that I get my clients. Obviously, like social media, repeated business, referrals. You can go out and network as well, get out in the community, do community events, etc. So those are a multitude of ways you can obviously retain clients and pick up new clients. I would say so. I do a bit of both. A bit of, sorry, not a bit of both, but I do uh a bit of everything to obviously get clients. And obviously, like, it's a vibe too. Not every client's gonna be family or your family, but it's like, it's like some people, like, if they get personal, right? Like, buying a home is one of the most there's the biggest purchase of your life,
Mhm.
right? And especially selling a house. Imagine selling somebody's house that has sentimental value, like, oh, my grandparents passed this down to us, and, like, it was our first property. We've been here for 20 years. It's a lot of emotions attached to it, right? So sometimes it does get personal, and you just gotta be there for them every step of the way and guide them. And like, a lot of times, when your synergy aligns and people, see what type of person you are, and they don't see you as like, hey, you're just trying to make a quick sale. Like, it's way more integral, So
That's a good point. Thank you for mentioning that. Is there a certain level of education that you would need to tap into this industry, or can anybody do it?
no, of course, me, no, not no more. Like, I just think you need to just have a high school diploma. High school diploma. I think you have to be 18 years old, and yeah, I think now they're providing the course to you on board. So it's like you have a 2 years to do it. And yeah, once you do it, you get license. I guess you find a brokerage, you get licensed through them, and you're on your way. You can start.
Is there any advice you would give like your younger self or anybody else trying to tap into the industry?
My younger self, advice that I give my younger self is definitely, like, you don't have enough time as you think you do. And always have a backup plan, because growing up, like, nobody can tell me anything about. In my head, I'm like, I'm making it to the NBA. Didn't really have a backup plan, And then, like, in college, like, realizing, like, after college, I had a couple pro offers, but they weren't really paying much, and I'm like, yeah, I need a pivot, And understanding that, like, a lot of people attach basketball with their identity, right? So you struggle with that, and it's hard to transition. So, like, the one thing I would say to definitely have a backup plan, and just remember, you don't have as much time as you think. So everything has to be intentional. If you're going to school, post-secondary education, just make sure it's intentional. You have a plan, because 90% of people that get the degree from their university, they don't end up working in that field. So yeah, I would just say, like, just always have a backup plan for sure. And yeah, don't shoot for the stars, man. Don't have anybody tell you you can't do anything. Like, I believe in life, you have to have a bit of luck on your side, but also, like, your work ethic also eliminates fear, and it can get you to where you want to go by working hard and just stacking days. So that's kind of what I would probably tell my younger self.
That is some good insight. I do appreciate the fact that you were able to spread some knowledge about the real estate industry, especially here in the GTA. Thank you for joining us, brother.
Yeah.
This one mistake costs entrepreneurs hundreds of thousands of dollars. They wait too long to buy. They want a perfect deal, but in real estate, time in the market is better than timing the market. Every year you wait, it's equity and appreciation you'll lose forever. If you think you need 20% down in Canada, that's outdated advice. One of the biggest myths are, oh, I need 20% down in Canada. You don't. In Canada, you can do as little as 5% as a down payment. But remember, you're gonna need mortgage insurance. Even homes up to $1.5 million can be purchased with 5 to 10% down.